Hey, this is Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in a team-based party game called Wavelength. Wavelength out of the box has this really cool giant component that helps you hide a spectrum and then reveal it at the right time. It's a little weird to explain, but I'll try to do my best here. Basically, players will take turns. So say if it's my turn, I will see a spectrum on this wheel that other players can't see. So you can kind of see it here, that the spectrum here is over on this side. And we'll reveal a random card that indicates what the spectrum is. So an example of this would be sexy person or unsexy person. And so that's both on the same card. And so it'll indicate, okay, that this side of the spectrum is an unsexy person and this side of the spectrum is a sexy person. But all the other players can't see this part of the spectrum yet. So they can't see that this wheel has randomly pointed over here towards the unsexy person side of the spectrum. Only I can see that. And then I have to choose an unsexy person to name. In this case, it would be I'm aiming for an unsexy person to reveal to my team, reveal to everyone in the room, and my team has to try to guess where the spectrum is. So they are not guessing the word or anything like that. I'm giving them the word. They're trying to guess where the spectrum is because they can't see this when I reveal the word. I know, kind of a weird explanation. Hopefully there are other videos that explain it better. But the really cool thing about this is, in my opinion, other than this really cool mechanism that kind of hides the information, hides the spectrum at the right time, reveals it at the right time, is that the clue giver has complete freedom as to what they give. There's no, other than the spectrum category, you're not restricted in any way. I can come up with anything, but that is a lot of pressure. I have to look at the people on my team and think, okay, if I'm going to name an unsexy person, it has to be, I have to give it in such a way that they know what I'm talking about, that they can guess the spectrum. Because sexiness is subjective. All these are very subjective categories. The other thing is, and this is probably my favorite mechanism in the game, when I give that clue, I have 6 words. I can use 6 words to give the clue. And that can be really helpful. I find that when you play this game, it's your instinct to just say one word or to say 2 words back to back. But you get a full range of 6 words to use, and you might as well use them as best to your ability so that so you can give people the best clue possible on your team. So instead of just saying Abraham Lincoln as my unsexy person, I might add some more descriptors to that to maybe indicate that that person is unsexy to me, but not necessarily to my teammates, to give them that a little bit of a clue as to whose range of sexiness I'm talking about. I've talked way too much about unsexy people in this video, haven't I? But I really like that ability that you have 6 words to use when you give that clue. Very precise number of words, but it's just enough to give a little bit more information than just a 1-word or 2-word clue, but not so much that you can just totally give it away and make it very clear to your team. So yeah, that's my favorite mechanism of this weird, wacky party game with a giant wheel. Wavelength. Very interesting game. If you have a different favorite mechanism in this game, I'd love to hear about that in the comments. Or if you like the same mechanism and you have a different reason why, I'd love to hear about that as well. Or if this reminds you of another maybe team-based party game that has an interesting mechanism or component, I'd love to hear about that in the comments as well. Thanks.